Students, in this video I'm going to discuss intermediate value theorem and some examples based on this. So first, what is the statement of the theorem? If a function f is continuous in this closed interval ab and fa is not equals to f of b, so fa and fb both are different, then f assumes every value between fa and fb. Now graphically, what is the meaning? Graphically, the meaning is this. Let's see. Graphically, the meaning is here. So here we have a closed interval a and b. Fine. Now fa and fb both are different. That means they are not at the same level. For example, here they are not at the same level. If fa is here, then fb should be somewhere here or here, not at the same level. Because if fa and fb both are at the same level, then fa equal to fb. But as according to assumption, fa is not equals to fb. So let us see, we are having this. तो एक लेवल पे नहीं होंगे, एक लेवल पे हो गए, यहाँ पे भी, तो assumption wrong हो जाएगा. So according to the assumption, they are having different heights. This height is f of a, this height is f of b. So they are having different heights. Fine. Now function is continuous from here to here. There is no gap. There is no sudden jump or gap. Then f assumes every value between fa and fb. So what is f of a? This is your f of a. From here to here, this is f of a, this point. At the same level here, this point is f of b. So f assumes every value from here to here. That means here, if somewhere m is here, then the meaning is that immediately you can find some point here. From here to here, there point some point c here. F of c is equals to m. If you take any value in this range from fa to fb, that means suppose m, then for this value you can find a value c here such that f of c is equal to m. This is the meaning of this. f assumes every value, यानी कोई भी वैल्यू आप रख दीजिए, इसके कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग एक पॉइंट जरूर मिलना चाहिए, so that f of c is equal to m. If point may be here, maybe here, maybe somewhere here, but immediately you can get some point on the x-axis and in the between closed interval a to b, such that f of c is equal to this, and this is valid for all c belongs to ab, open interval ab. We have to prove this. So this is our target, this is our aim, this is our aim to prove this. Fine. So I hope you understand. So now how to prove this? So to prove this, we will use location of roots theorem. So to show this, we will use location of roots theorem. Fine. So we will use location of roots theorem. Now what is the assumption? F of a is not equals to f of b. What is the meaning? Meaning is that either f of a is greater than f of b or f of a is less than f of b. Either greater than or either less than. So we will start with this. So suppose that f of a is less than f of b. Just as our case, f of a is less than f of b, height is less than f of b. Fine. And let m be any number laying in between f of a and f of b. That is, f of a is less than m is less than f of b. And situation is this. M is laying in between f of a and f of b. Fine. So now we have to show that there exists some point C in between AB such that f of c is equal to m. This is open interval. Fine. So f of c is equal to m. So now to prove this, we will define a new function. Let's see, gx is equal to f of x minus m. And this, the definition is basically inspired by this. Because what is our purpose? Our purpose is to use location of roots theorem. Location of roots theorem. Fine. So to prove this, we will construct a new function g, which is defined as f of x minus m. And this function is inspired by this. Here this is a value, f of c is a value, m is a value. So both values are same. However, here f of x is a function where x is in the closed interval a to b. Fine. So now f of x is continuous, already given to you. M is a constant value. A constant value. So we can assume that m is a constant function. So f is continuous, m is continuous because this is a function, constant function. So this is continuous. So f of x is continuous, m is continuous, so their difference will be continuous. So since f is continuous in this, m being a constant, so it always continuous, and hence their difference will be continuous, so gx is continuous. So gx is continuous. Also, what is g of a? We have assumed this. We have assumed this. So g of a, what will be g of a? G of a is equal to f of a minus m. And we have also this. M is greater than f of a. So according to this, this will be less than 0. So g of a is less than 0. Similarly, what is g of b? G of b will be f of b minus m. But f of b is greater than m. So this will be positive. Greater than 0. So g of b is greater than 0. So this is written here. G of a is this, which is less than 0, and g of b is greater than 0. So g of a is negative, g of b is positive. That means they are opposite sign. They are opposite sign. Then by location of roots theorem, if f is continuous in this, fa and fb are of opposite sign, then there exists some point c in the closed open interval ab such that this. So here in place of f we are having g. G is continuous, having opposite sign at a and b. That's why there exists some point c in the open interval ab such that g of c is 0. Because function is g. What is g? G is this. So f of c minus m will be 0. That means f of c equal to m, where c varies from a to b. So this is the proof of this theorem. I hope you understand. Now, based on this, we have a note. Here, note, if f is not continuous on a closed interval, then the conclusion of the intermediate value theorem may not hold. तो कंटिन्यूटी असेंशियल है. अगर कंटिन्यूस नहीं है तो इंटरमीडिएट वैल्यू का थ्योरम का जो कंक्लूजन है वो हो भी सकता है और नहीं भी हो सकता. वैलिड. लेट्स सी एग्जांपल. f of x is x plus 1 when x belongs to open 0 and closed 1, and 0 when x is equal to 1. So this is a function. So now you will see that in this range from 0 to 1, open 0 and 1 closed, in this range we have a linear function x plus 1, which is always a continuous function. So f is continuous in this range. Further, limit. Now find out the limit at 0. So limit 0 means right hand side limit and left hand side limit. So here is the right hand side limit. Limit extending to 0 plus f of x is equal to limit extending to 0, and 0 plus means in this branch, that means x plus 1. So h plus 1. Put 0, so we get 1. But f of 0 is, according to this, is 0. So here is 1, here is 0. Both are unequal. So we can say that f is not continuous at x equal to 0. तो इसका मतलब कंटिन्यूस नहीं होगा, क्योंकि राइट हैंड साइड लिमिट और फंक्शन की वैल्यू एट 0 पे अनइक्वल है, तो फंक्शन कंटिन्यूस नहीं है. फाइन. सेकेंड थिंग, सो एफ इज़ नॉट कंटिन्यूस इन द क्लोज इंटरवल 0 to 1. जब 0 पे कंटिन्यूस नहीं है तो इसका मतलब इस क्लोज इंटरवल में 0 नहीं होगा. हियर इज द ओपन इंटरवल, हियर इज द क्लोज्ड. नाउ फाइंड आउट द लिमिट. द वैल्यू f of 0 is 0 according to this. f of 1 is equal to 2 according to this. Put x equal to 1 here, so f of 1 is 2. So here is 0, here is 2. In this closed interval, at the left hand side, at the left hand point, value is 0. At the right hand point, value is 2. And now in between 0 and 2, we have a 1. Because 1 is in between 0 and 2. This 0, this 2. But what is 0? 0 means f of 0. 2 means f of 1. So f of 1. So you can see that 1 is laying in between f of 0 and f of 1. But there does not exist any x in the interval this open 0 and closed 1 such that f of x is 1. कोई ऐसी वैल्यू नहीं है इस इंटरवल में कि आप पुट करें और वो 1 के बराबर आ जाए. कोई भी वैल्यू नहीं है x की ऐसी जो आपको 1 के बराबर दे दे. इसका मतलब ये इंटरमीडिएट वैल्यू थ्योरम सेटिस्फाई नहीं होती. एंड रीज़न वाई? बिकॉज फंक्शन इज नॉट कंटिन्यूस. दिस इज द रीज़न, क्योंकि फंक्शन कंटिन्यूस नहीं है. ठीक, तो इसका मतलब एफ ऑफ 0 एफ ऑफ 1 के बीच में एक वैल्यू है 1, बट इस 1 के कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग कोई भी, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हियर इफ यू ड्रॉ दिस, सो हियर इज दिस इज 0, हियर इज 1, हियर इज 2, here is somewhere some point. So this curve is like this, for example. So here this is 2, this is 0. Somewhere we have 1 here, but corresponding to 1 there should be a c. F of c is equal to 1, this 1, this 1, but we don't have any x here. We don't have any x here such that f of x is 1. कोई ऐसा x है ही नहीं. ठीक, सो इंटरमीडिएट वैल्यू थ्योरम फेल है. वाई? बिकॉज फंक्शन इज नॉट कंटिन्यूस. सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल, लेट f of x is equal to limit and tending to infinite log 2 plus x minus x raised to the power 2n sin x divided by 1 plus x raised to the power 2n. x is greater than equals to 0. Show that f of 0 and f of pi by 2 differ in sign. That means if, for example, this is positive, then this should be negative, and if this is negative, then this should be positive. They are differ in sign. Why does f of x not vanish in 0 to pi by 2? इसका मतलब f of x की वैल्यू इस इंटरवल में 0 क्यों नहीं है? Why? Explain. इस पूरे इंटरवल में f of x की वैल्यू 0 नहीं है, जबकि यहाँ पर और यहाँ पर दोनों जगह साइन डिफर है. इफ हियर इज पॉजिटिव, हियर इज नेगेटिव, देन ऑब्वियसली अकॉर्डिंग टू द लोकेशन ऑफ रूट थ्योरम देयर शुड बी अ पॉइंट c सच दैट f of c शुड बी 0 होना चाहिए, लेकिन ऐसा है नहीं. वाई? तो वो रीजन देखते हैं. फाइन. Now, what is the range of x? X is greater than equal to 0. So now we will divide the range into three parts, sorry. We will divide the range into 3 parts. Here is this. 0 to infinite. We will divide this range into three parts. One is from 0 to 1, 0 to 1, open. Another one is, so this part. Another one is x is equal to 1, and next is this from 1 to infinite. Third part. So first part, second part, third part. Fine. So now when we are taking the first part from 0 to 1, and since here x raised to the power 2n involves, so obviously it tends to 0, क्योंकि ये 0 to 1 के बीच में होगा. जैसे जैसे पावर बढ़ेगी x raised to the power 2n छोटा होता चला जाएगा. Fine. For example, say 1 by 2, power 1 will be, put n is equal to 1 here, so put 2, so this will be 1 by 4, which is less than 1 by 2. Then 1 by 2 raised to the power, put n is equal to 2 here, so 4. So 1 by 16, which is again less than 1 by 2. So 1 by 4, 1 by 16, 1 by 32, and so on. So at infinite, when n tending to infinite, this tends to 0. So that is why this is 0. Fine. Now when x is greater than 1, when x is greater, that means this part, then x raised to the power 2n tends to infinite. ये infinite की तरफ बढ़ता रहेगा as n tending to infinite. Same logic. Now 2 raised to the power 2 will be 4. 2 raised to the power, say 4, is equal to 32, 16, and so on. So बढ़ता रहेगा. So that's why infinite. This implies x raised to the power minus 2n tends to 0 as n tending to infinite if x is greater than 1. So now define our function. First, when x is in between this range, what will be the limit of this function? Log of 2 plus x. Here limit is on n, this is x, so log 2 plus x. ये 0 हो जाएगा because this 0 in this range, so this will be 0, this will be 0, so ultimately log 2 plus x. Fine. When x is 1, second part, when x is equal to 1, so this will be log 3 minus sine 1 divided by 2, 1 plus 1. This is written here if x is equal to 1. When x is greater than 1, then what you will do? Just divide by x raised to the power 2n. So you will have x raised to the power 2n log 2 plus x minus sine x divide by x raised to the power 2n here. So 1 plus x raised to the power minus 2n. Now taking limit n tending to infinite, this will tend to 0, this will tend to 0, so we get minus sine x upon 1. Fine. So this will be sine x, minus sine x. So minus sine x. So here is f of 0 is equal to log 2 greater than 0. So now from here this study, when put x is equal to 0 here, put x equal to 0 in this range, so we get log 2, which is a positive value. Fine. Now interval is 0 to pi by 2. So at 0, f of 0 means log 2. F of pi by 2. Pi by 2 is what? Pi by 2 is 3.14 divided by 2, 1 point some 5 and 7. Fine. So you will see 1.57, this is greater than 1. This is greater than 1. So we are following this range. So minus sine pi by 2, that means minus 1, which is negative. So this is positive, this is negative, opposite sign. This implies there should exist according to the location of roots theorem, there should be some point. there should be some point such that f of x is 0, because here is this picture is this, f of log of 0 is positive somewhere here, 0, this is positive, f of 0, this is f of pi by 2 negative, so f of pi by 2 is, this is say pi by 2, and here is the value f of pi by 2 negative, f of 0 positive. So somewhere here a point should be a point x such that f of x is equals to 0. But you will see that in 0 to pi by 2, here and here, there is no point x in this range, there is f of x not equal to 0. आप कोई भी पॉइंट रख लीजिए 0 से पाई बाई 2 के बीच में, ये फंक्शन कभी भी 0 नहीं होगा, कभी भी नहीं होगा. इसका मतलब दिस कंक्लूजन इज रॉन्ग, सो नॉट वैलिड. नाउ वाई, क्यों फेल क्यों हो गया ये? रीजन इज दैट फंक्शन इज नॉट कंटिन्यूअस, बिकॉज why? Because the answer is that f is not continuous at 1 and 1 is in between 0 to pi by 2. Why? Because left hand side limit is limit h tending to 0 log 3 minus h is log 3, and right hand side limit is limit h tending to 0 minus sine 1 plus h. This is 1 plus, this is 1 minus, so 1 minus means this branch, and 1 plus means this branch. Fine. So here is minus sine 1 and both are different, so f is not continuous at x equal to 1. ये दोनों different हैं इसलिए continuous नहीं है at x equal to 1 पे, so f is not continuous in the closed interval 0 to pi by 2, and this is the reason कि हमें यहाँ कोई भी एक वैल्यू नहीं मिल रही है f of x which satisfy the property कि f of x की वैल्यू 0 हो जाए in between this interval, कोई नहीं मिल रहा है. Fine. So this is all about the intermediate value theorem. In the next video we will discuss about the preservation of interval theorem. We will discuss this in the next video. Thank you.